from downtown. There's Jones for the putback. Here's Jones in the paint, moving to her left, making it look easy. The transfer from Oregon State.
This is a defensive grinder.
She's gotten a couple offensive rebounds, scored on putbacks, and been an inside presence for Texas.
Stopped by Taylor Jones.
Taylor Jones with another block.
Blocks another one. Goodness.
Texas continues to feed Taylor Jones.
Beautiful left finish for Jones.
We're now joined by Taylor Jones, the transfer out of Oregon State. Taylor, you grew up in the Metroplex, not too far from here. So how did you end up in Corvallis, Oregon, playing for Oregon State?
Yeah, that's a great question. The first time that I was getting recruited, I would say, I didn't really mind being away from home. That wasn't ever really an issue for me. But I mean, I just sort of at the time loved the state of Oregon is beautiful and it's a great place to live. I loved the coaching staff, all the people that were on the team, and it just at the time seemed like it was a good fit.
Yeah. At the time.
Yeah, emphasis on at the time.
How did you end up coming to Texas then?
I think, so Coach Schaefer, he recruited me out of high school when he was at Mississippi State, and I really liked the coaching staff there, and I also loved what he had done for the program there. And I actually remember whenever he played in the Final Four in Dallas at Mississippi State, I was at that game. And I was like, you know what, one day I'll be here in the Final Four. And it's crazy, the Final Four this year is in Dallas, and I could be playing there under the coach that I was watching. But I just loved being back at home. That was kind of the deciding factor. I was like, okay, I think that this is where I'm supposed to be.
And I heard you're a big fan of Vic Schaefer's one-liners, his sayings. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Proof is in the pudding. That was your favorite.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. That was when I was getting recruited to come here. He just probably every 5 minutes when he was trying to persuade me to come here, he was like, the proof is in the pudding. And his super Southern accent just adds on. It's funny because we'll be in practice and let's just say we're doing bad or something. He'll come up with a line. I can't think of one on the top of my head, but he'll come up with some stuff that is, I'm just like, where did he find this saying? It matches perfectly.
That's what I think of during these shows sometimes. He'll pull out these one-liners, mm-hmm. and I'm like, where did this come from?
Exactly, and he'll say them and then just keep on going like nothing happened. And all of us are like, we should probably be upset that we're not doing good, but then we all just end up laughing or something. So it's pretty funny.
You know, your dad went to A&M. He was an Aggie, played rugby in College Station. So how did he first take the news that you were going to become a Longhorn? So, little backstory. When I was in high school, I was recruited by Karen Aston to come here. And honestly, I kind of was like, you know what, I'll go on a few visits here kind of just to make my dad mad because we'd grown up loving A&M. My dad wanted me to go to A&M, and I knew at the beginning I didn't want to go there. But then I decided that I wasn't going to go. My dad was happy I didn't go. And then when I was getting recruited here, he was actually the one that was pushing me to come here between my last school, the last two schools. I just think that he saw the potential in Coach Schaefer and also just what a degree from here means and how much success that this place could bring me. And also it was closer to home. So I think that he was just really excited for me to be closer to home. But him wearing the burnt orange, he told me he would never do it, but now he does, and every single, that's him. Yeah, we have video of him.
Oh my gosh,
it looks like he's been a lifelong Longhorn.
I know, and every single time in the Eyes of Texas, I'll look up and his hand is high as can be, and he's just a really proud father.
That is a great story. I know you have a twin sister too. Who's better at basketball, you or your twin?
I would say now me. She hasn't played in a few years, but in high school, and we played different positions, and we both did different things, but she was really, really good. She's the athlete of the family. She's about 5'10", was a shooting guard, really aggressive driver, great at passing. She would always pass me the ball, so she did great. And I mean, she got a few offers to play and never played AAU, which I think is saying something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You got Coach's birthday today.
Yes.
He can't hear this, by the way, this taping right now. Do you all have something special planned for him later on today?
Yeah, actually, so I texted Blair and asked, like, what's some of his favorite snacks or whatever I asked yesterday. And I went to the store and got some. And
what are some of his favorites? Gotta know.
There was like pretzels, kettle corn popcorn, M&Ms, and Dr. Pepper. We knew, the sweets. And so I put together a big like basket, and we're gonna bring it to him. And Blair told me that like none of his teams have ever really celebrated his birthday, and that just like broke my heart. And
that is a little bit sad, but it's also good to know that you all are going to celebrate his birthday too.
And this is a hard time of year, I would say. In March, it's hard to celebrate, and I know Coach Schaefer, it's probably not on his mind. But yeah, I mean, we're excited to celebrate Coach Schaefer today.
Sounds good. We thank you so much for joining us, Taylor.